in harvesting your BSF larva. Now, first you see that we have a netting material here that is a bit big. All right, so in this video, I'm going to talk about how to harvest your black soldier fly larva when they are all grown. All right, so as you can see, this is a construction that we did that you can use in harvesting your BSF larva. Now, first you see that we have a netting material here that is a bit big. This is to hold materials that are big in size, maybe some dried fermented things that didn't, were not properly fermented. You want to take it. You don't want to harvest your larvas and you have crumbs of waste on it. So this big netting material will hold them. Then if you look underneath it, we have a smaller mesh material. It's important that you have this smaller mesh material here so that you can hold the larvas. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate how you harvest your larvas. Now it is important, that's why we always say that you should ferment your waste. If you are using waste from the market now that you didn't grant to paste, how are you going to use this to harvest it? Harvesting becomes a very tedious process that you don't want to go through. So the first thing I'll do after I've set my harvesting kit, okay, I'll just pack and add it here. Even if I don't do anything, if I leave them, they will all separate themselves. But to save time, I will just shake like this. In 1 minute, I have harvested more than 1 kg of fresh larva. Smooth and easy. So the next thing is I'll put them. Now, when you are constructing, ensure you have an opening that you can turn them out. This is a genius harvester. Now, this is what they look like.
The timing of your harvest is so crucial. Harvesting at the right moment can make a huge difference in the quality and nutritional value of your larva. When larva enters the pre-pupa stage, they are usually packed with protein and essential nutrients, which make them to be ideal for animal feed, whether it's for fishery or for poultry. Now, waiting for too long though can make you to miss the nutritional peak of these larvas. So you also notice that there's a drop in the fat content, which will affect the overall quality. Now, the trick to a successful harvest lies in knowing the visual signs that your larvas are ready. You want to look for larvas that are turning to light brown or grayish color. This usually happens within 14 to 20 days, now depending on the substrate and the climate condition of your area. Now, at this stage, they are in their peak nutritional form. They will start crawling upwards and they will be looking for dry place to pupate. This guarantees a sure sign that they are ready for harvest. Now, before you jump in and start scooping larvas, make sure that you are equipped with the right tools. Like you're going to need gloves, sieves, collection bin, and a very good scraper like a hand trowel. And here is a pro tip. If you're using bins or crates, try lining them up with a mesh. This will keep the larvas from clinging to the edges and of course to make harvesting them a lot quicker and cleaner. Now, for small scale operations, the simplest method is hand harvesting. Just scoop them out with a trowel or a small shovel, working layer by layer to avoid breaking up the substrate too much. Another way is the ramp method. This is where the larvas naturally crawl up a sloping ramp into a collection bucket when they are ready to pupate. Now, this makes it hands off and efficient, and you can even rig a simple setup using recycled materials like plastic bottles or old crates. Now, if you want me to show you this ramp method, I want you to comment it in the comment section, and I'm going to make a video about it subsequently. Now, I'm going to give you a very neat trick that I picked up. Now, use light and heat to help you with the separation. Now, since BSF naturally avoid bright light, they will burrow deep down if they are exposed to light. So letting this will now allow you to scoop the first layer substrate. Is it substrate now? No, it's not substrate. Scoop the first layer of frass, and then you can now collect them. Now, there are two ways to go when you are going to harvest. Now, you can harvest them and feed them immediately, or you can preserve them. Now, if you are storing, drying is therefore essential. Now, fresh larvae they can spoil easily because of their moisture. So, I would recommend that you use sun or you use a low heat dryer. Now, 3 to 4 hours of sunlight can do wonders, like they can dry these larvae. But if you're using an oven or a dryer, you must keep that oven below 60 degrees Celsius to avoid you cooking out the nutrients. And you know that's not what we want. So dry larvae have a higher shelf life and they stay fresh for months. Not just that, dry larvae they are also richer in protein content. People say that you get up to 50% of protein from dried larvae. I haven't carried out my own yet, but that's popular belief. So here's a tip that you don't want to miss. Now, substrate variety equals better quality. By mixing your substrate sources like vegetables, scraps, and grains, you can enhance the nutritional profile of your larva. Research has shown that feed on diverse organic matters can have higher fat and protein content. Now, did you know that BSF larvae don't just provide high protein content? I mean, high protein feed. Their frass, or what we call the insect poo, is also a great organic fertilizer, and this fertilizer is rich in nitrogen. So, after harvesting and collecting the frass, after harvesting, collect the frass left in the bin and use it in your garden, or you can package and sell it as organic compost. Don't say I did not give you ideas. Now, one common challenge during harvest is keeping pests like ants and termites at bay. Now, I'll share a simple hack, very simple hack. Now, apply a very tiny layer of vegetable oil around the rim of your collection and use it to create a barrier. Also, avoid harvesting when the area is humid because pests are more attracted to damp conditions. Now, if you're looking to expand, think about harvesting in simple automation like this conveyor belt or motorized sieve. Even basic DIY tools like this vibrating sieve, you must have seen it online. It will be vibrating and then it will help you collect larvae from the substrate very quickly. But remember, always start small. Test your methods and then scale up once you have refined the process. Don't go and borrow money from the bank to buy this thing when you are not ready for it. Okay? Then remember that BSF farming is about patient and consistent management. Now, to get the best yield, you must make sure that you are rotating your substrate, monitoring the larvae closely, and then following consistent harvesting schedule. Over time, I'm sure you're going to see improvements in both the yield and the quality of your larva. Now, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope that this tip that I've shared will help you maximize your harvest and bring you closer to becoming a BSF pro. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights from my farm. Now, if there are any questions you want to ask, anything you want to ask me, you can also ask me. And I also have a course. You can also sign up for the course, and I will give you every single thing you need and every single guidance. And my guidance is usually one-on-one. So you can call me up, you can text me on WhatsApp and say, this is what I'm going through, this is my confusion. Then I'll be able to guide you properly after I must have trained you. Do have a lovely day. God bless.